What's up? How you doing?
Great.
All right, great. I gotta be honest with you, I am happy it is 2020. I had a rough 2019. Anybody else? Where's my sad people at? All of you? I don't know why you're sad. I had a rough 2019 because say it with me, everybody, got a divorce. Where were you guys? Yeah, it was not great. I truly cannot overstate the degree to which my life changed in the course of the past year. Like, I went from living in a nice apartment with my wife and dog to at one point last summer sleeping on the floor of an already shared studio apartment where the other two residents were, I swear to God, a magician and a 64-year-old Indian man who looked strikingly like my dad. Weirdly like my dad. For a little context, I'm actually half Indian. My dad is from India, and my mom is a tiny white lady from Wisconsin, which apparently results in a Mexican man. It was very surreal living with this guy because he looked so much like my dad that in some ways it was actually kind of comforting. Like, I felt like my dad was there supporting me through this horrible time in my life. But on the other hand, this dude was divorced and worked in the complaint department at LaGuardia Airport. There's a bigger part of me who's like, is this just me from the future trying to warn myself? I don't know if you've ever shared a fridge with your destiny, but it's jarring. My real dad has been very supportive, and he keeps offering me money, which is ironic to me because he is objectively the cheapest human being I've ever met. But he's confusing because he's very generous about large sums of money, and then exponentially cheaper the smaller the amount of money is. Is it a principle or something? So numerous times this past year he's been like, look, you have enough on your plate. I don't want you to be stressed about money. Like, if you need $5,000 tomorrow, just say the word. And he means that. He would give that to me. And yet, my parents are on my cell phone plan because they refused to get smartphones until like a year ago. And we share data. And every month, rather than divide that cost evenly, my dad will go to the Verizon website and look up the exact percentage of data that he used. And then he will calculate that amount to the penny and mail me a check. I will not use my money. He mails me a check. So once a month I get this infuriating check from my dad for like $18.31, and it drives me nuts. And I was talking to him about it recently. I was like, Dad, I don't understand how you live in a world where you would give me $5,000 without thinking about it, but you're not going to round that up to 20. He couldn't understand it. And I was like, let me explain it differently. Like, let's say you and I went out to eat, right? And we got mozzarella sticks. And there were 10 of them, and they cost $10. And I ate 6, and you ate 4. When we got the check, would you seriously ask me for $6? And he was like, Adam, yes! I did not want to borrow money from my parents, so I got a part-time job. And the worst part about my job is that I can't complain about it because it is too bougie. This is my job. I currently teach tennis on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. One of the wealthiest parts of the country. If you're wondering what that's like for some frame of reference, last week a child told me that she prefers her weekend nanny over her weekday nanny. I've been working there for less than a month, and in that 1 month, I have taught private lessons to children named Fletcher, Tad, and Prescott. And I know you probably have an idea in your mind of what kids with those names would look like, but what if I were to tell you that none of those kids were white? I'd be lying, but what if I told you that? Would you believe it? They were, in fact, aggressively white. Borderline opaque. Fletcher, Tad, and Prescott. Those are not children's names, that is a law firm. I found myself in a very weird position because my whole job is talking about my life, and now my life has changed dramatically, and I've had to transition from relatable married comedian to statistically more relatable divorced comedian. That was not part of the plan, but I've learned that people have no idea how to react when you tell them you're getting divorced. Everyone tries to be nice, but they don't realize how what they're saying comes off. Like, one of the things I keep hearing from people is, that sucks, but you're a good-looking guy. Which is an interesting way to tell someone, hey, just so you know, it wasn't your face that was the problem. is who you are as a person. Very comfortable. It could always be worse. People love to use that phrase, and it's a cliche, but it's true, because I unfortunately know another comedian who's also going through a divorce, except this moron was so confident that he would never get a divorce that he literally used an engagement photo with his wife as the album cover for his comedy album. I know. And the worst part about that is that comedian is actually me. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'll tell you what, you learn things about yourself when you're going through a rough time. I've learned that I am much stronger than I thought I was, and also so much weaker. In the course of the past few months, I've had a very composed conversation with a divorce lawyer, but I also cried at the dentist's office because my dentist shook my hand in what I perceived to be a kind way. It's quite a handshake. I go to an Indian dentist, and the first time I went there after my appointment, he goes, "I hope you don't mind, but I'd like to ask new patients what made you choose our office." I was like, "Oh, you know, I've got really good ratings online, and my dad is Indian." He's like, "Oh, say no more." So it's great to have a fellow Indian in the office. And I realized only minorities can say things like that. You know what I mean? If you're white and you go to the dentist, and afterwards he asks you why you chose that office, and you're like, "Well, you know, you've got really good ratings online, and between you and me, I just feel like us whites should stick together." Even your dentist is going to be like, "Fletcher, how's it going? I'm gonna